Hello and welcome to another episode of the KFace podcast. My name is Jeff Ramsey. With me, as always, Andrew Panton, Gavin Free, episode 205. Don't quote me on this, but I believe this is our 204th episode.
The first permanent potato patches on U.S. soil were established in 1719 near Londonderry, New Hampshire. Sorry, go ahead, continue. I just wanted to get that out of the way.
Oh, what was the potato facts bit? I can't remember.
I can't either.
You had one. I just, we'll talk about between episodes. That was the whole thing.
Was it?
Oh, this is your Easter egg. You've buried potatoes somewhere.
This is the second to last episode of Face under that name. So I need to empty out my drawers a little bit. Easter eggs got to be found.
Pantry. You might have some.
Gavin, I was tracking you via Slack. People have speculated on that for a long time. Slack, it automatically updates what time zone you're in whenever you sign on. So that is when we were doing the money thing. That was my system of checking to see.
But did it ever change?
It automatically changes whenever.
But did you ever see it somewhere else?
No, because I eventually just came to terms with the idea you were not coming. So,
well, the VPN would keep it in Central Time, wouldn't it?
You're not VPNing on Slack. Calm down. Relax.
I gotta agree with Andrew on that.
You're not the international man of mystery.
I mean, VPN is just the whole device.
We're gonna throw around fancy letters like that. I don't know. This is a guy over here. I don't
think your system works, son.
I think it works great because I know whenever you're in London, son. I know whenever you're overseas, son.
Maybe because I tell you.
He's got you there, son.
I check it. That's how I knew it because I don't, time is complicated. And if you were back home, I didn't want to message you at 2 a.m. So I'd check Slack to see what time you were in.
I mean, I don't get alerts in the night wherever I am.
Yeah, we clarified that later. That's why I started texting you at 2 a.m. I think my last 2 a.m. text to you was what? Was it about thumbs? Was it appendages? Or maybe I didn't text. I was thinking about what animal I would most like to fist bump, which then turned into which animals have hands.
Oh, what would be a good fist bump?
A sloth. Sloth would be an awesome fist bump.
Does a sloth have hands?
Yeah, sloth has hands with those crazy claws, and they're always curled up. It makes a perfect fist, man. A sloth would be a perfect fist bump animal.
It would take a really long time, though.
I don't think you need hands. See, that's potentially dead. That looks like a Wolverine. I think you don't need hands or fists for a fist bump. I think fist bumping an octopus would feel so good.
I hate it. I hate it. No.
It would
I don't
roll
trust
up a tentacle
octopuses.
into a fist shape, and it would just go boink.
Oh, I don't like it. I don't trust it. It's gonna fist bump me and then wrap around my wrist. It would take me out like Jack Nicholson in Mars Attacks. Like I'd think everything was all good, and then it would just immediately on the attack.
And then you'd have a flag sticking out of your heart.
Yeah,
The octopus flag.
the octopus flag. Everyone's favorite nation, octopus. It turned into a larger debate of do raccoons have hands and what constitutes a hand. I was talking with someone who felt that raccoons didn't have hands because they didn't have thumbs. And is a thumb a requirement to have a hand?
I think a thumb is only a requirement to having a thumb.
You don't think it eliminates?
Like that's
so
a
you can
hand.
have one?
That's a fucking hand.
If you
That's
had
I
a
would say
thumb,
2 hands.
If you had a thumb instead of a big toe, it wouldn't be a hand.
I just think if we're not like the placement, that's like total thumb placement, right?
It is
it's
thumb
in the
placement.
thumb
Yeah.
spot. So why isn't it a thumb? Like it doesn't have enough bend, doesn't have enough joints.
I guess it's just not considered a thumb. I don't
Looks like
think
a thumb to
raccoons
me.
have thumbs. Well, look up, do raccoons have thumbs?
Maybe you shouldn't do anything on your computer, man.
No, I'm not on I'm using my phone.
Okay.
I'm so
What's wrong with this
worried
computer?
about anything on this computer.
Oh, we
Jesus
just had
Christ.
a slow start to the Let's Play today.
Raccoons do not have opposable thumbs.
They do have 5 dexterous toes. They just don't have opposable thumbs.
What makes a thumb opposable?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why is my thumb opposable but my finger isn't opposable? Is it because it's opposite? Is that what opposable means?
The ability
It's
is facilitated by a sellar saddle-shaped joint between the trapezium, the wrist bone that supports the thumb, and the first metacarpal, which allows an approximate 45-degree range of rotation of the thumb about its own long axis.
I think it's because you can like move it left and right and up and down like further than you could your fingers. I think that's what it's saying.
My argument for raccoons having hands despite a lack of thumbs is if a person got into a very specific, let's say like construction accident that resulted in them losing only both of their thumbs, nobody would say they lost their hands.
What if they kept the thumbs but lost all opposability?
Oh, man. I don't want to live in a world with non-opposable
Here's
thumbs.
why a raccoon has hands, because it can count to 10 on them.
Okay, so Geoff, if you lost your thumbs in a construction accident and the only thumbs they could replace it with are raccoon fingers, would you take that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
You'd have
I would.
I feel like have two
I'd be just like the girl in Fallout. I'd just take the new finger. I don't care.
I feel like you might have a huge advantage in thumb wars. I bet you a raccoon toe as your thumb I bet you that's a sneaky thumb. I bet you can move.
I bet you could pierce stuff with that nail too.
Oh,
I could do my own. I could put new holes in belts.
What would be?
Go
so
ahead.
specific.
I'm just trying to think of what I've ever punctured in my life with
What would be the best animal to hug?
not a sloth.
My brain immediately went bear, but I don't want to deal with the claws. The claws make that a problem, but I feel like every other part of a bear hug, it's a term.
A bear hand has like 7 fingers, doesn't it?
Gracie wants to hug a polar bear.
Yeah, bear hug.
Why a polar bear specifically?
A polar bear?
I've just always really liked them. I mean, any
bite
bear.
your
I'll
throat
I
go
mean,
off, but-
it's friendly in this scenario.
right.
Yeah, Coke has done wonders for the image of the polar bear.
Like, it's not like what would be the best animal to hug that is also not going to rip your throat out while you're hugging it. It's just like, what would be the best animal to hug?
I don't know if a polar bear would often be good to hug because it's probably going to be really cold and wet and damp. I think best animal to share a Coke with for sure.
I like the idea if it's not wet, if it's just chilly, a nice little chilly hug, that feels comfy. That feels relaxing.
Like that does look
Gracie
cute,
just
but there's
posted
no way
hug,
they
yeah.
smell good.
There has to be like a minimum size
What animal
requirement
does?
for the hug, right? Like you can't be like, oh, like raccoon isn't a good answer because it's not getting its arms around you. It's just sort of being like, that's cute.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to hug you, but like can't. So like there's that kind of thing. You know what what's the minimum?
Can I ask a question that I hope doesn't make me sound dumb?
Yeah, of course.
Well, Gavin, you were saying that they probably smell bad.
Yeah.
Does it smell when it's too cold outside? Like, can it get so cold you don't smell stuff?
I don't know if this is a real thing or not, but I feel like there is a scent to very cold. I feel like you could smell the chill.
I don't know that I've ever smelled anything when I've been cold, other than the smell of cold.
I've been to like a penguin encounter thing where like they let you into like the penguin place and like you feed the penguins and stuff. It was so fucking cold in there and it stunk so bad. It was awful. So it must be so much colder to not have any smell at all because I'll never forget the smell of the penguin enclosure.
Do you think maybe in that instance, maybe it's the opposite and maybe cold makes stuff smell more? Like there's not heat in the way?
There's a
heightened
bell.
Like all the heat waves are gone.
There's a bell
so you don't
curve.
Yeah.
Like it's like normal smells, and then you get to like
it's called the
15
smell curve.
degrees.
But yes.
15 degrees is no smell, but then you go below 15, you're like, oh no, it's -6. This smells like shit. Like, yeah, that's a good idea.
Nick wrote, warm air is not as dense as cold air, so the molecules have more room to move around and they move faster.
Making them more available for us to smell.
So the more room for the molecule, the stink. So does that mean right before a vacuum is the stinkiest possible time? Like if I farted right before a
That's
complete
why
vacuum.
farts smell worse under the covers. Oh. It's not just that they're trapped, it's that it's hotter under there.
Andrew going, like
I'm
it's
thinking.
a scientist approach.
No, I am. I wish that.
What's the science?
Well, I don't know about the science of that. You know how there's hot sauce? I always wish there was cold sauce. I wish there was like a food equivalent.
That
the
might,
sauce
in
to
the
take the
history
edge
of this show, that might be the most Gavin sentence you've ever fucking said, man.
Well, I can't handle super spicy things, but I feel like my tolerance for cold would be very high. But there's not like a sauce that makes things colder in the same way that gives a hot sensation.
What is cold? What is a cold flavor to you? Like what tastes cold?
I want my mouth to burr in the same way my mouth would go, ooh, that's hot, when I'm biting into some hot sauce.
Yeah, no, I get it, but I mean,
cold.
like the only flavor that I can think of, because spicy is just spicy. It tastes like spice or heat, right? But the only thing I can think of that's like the flavor of cold would be like that pale blue Gatorade.
Oh yeah.
What about
I'm
oatmeal?
okay with that. No.
Oatmeal.
Do you have cold oatmeal?
Well,
Yeah, why oatmeal?
it's just really not spicy.
Gavin, oatmeal's kind of not anything. I don't really.
Get your piping hot grains here.
I just feel like if you want cold
You know
sauce,
what?
stuff is hot because they made it hot. They put spice in it or they put stuff in it. You're just undoing.
But
Hot sauce
I'm
doesn't-
saying in the same way, I wish there was a capsaicin equivalent to cold.
Mint.
Oh yeah.
Mint, but mint is like a different flavor. I don't know.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
too much mint
cold.
can have a spicy effect.
It can, but when I think of it as like a sauce or like some kind of other piece to something, it's cooling. It has a cooling effect more than any other food that I can really like think of. Gracie is saying lettuce, ice, and water, which is not helping this conversation at all.
So no, maybe like a
That all tastes like the opposite of spice to me, though, for sure.
what about like
Oh,
an
like
iced
oatmeal?
lettuce sauce?
Blend salad dressing.
Blend lettuce
Isn't
and
that
ice and put that on a hot curry and see what happens.
Oh, you could call it lead ice instead of lettuce.
The look
lead
of
ice.
disappointment of the
play on
restaurant
words.
seeing you pour your lead ice over the dinner that you just made.
I would want to
Why?
see if I could get a very spicy vindaloo, put some lettuce sauce on it, and then put a bunch of hot sauce on top. And really trick everything about my mouth.
I just wish there was a negate. I just wish it went the other way. I wish there was a cold ones that wasn't beer related, because I know that's a beer thing. A genuine just cold sauce. I'd be a fan of.
But the temperature wouldn't be cold. It would just be non-spicy.
Well, no, no.
Well, hot
it needs
sauce
to be
is
cold.
hot.
Right.
Hot sauce is hot. What do you mean?
It's
No,
not.
like
it's not
like
spicy.
it's not like it's
It doesn't emanate heat.
125 degrees when you put it.
No,
on
yeah. Room temp.
Cool. All right, cool. Thanks, man.
Right. So why is what I said didn't make any sense?
Well, what did you say? Can you repeat what you said and I'll
Oh,
reevaluate?
shit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. State what you were going to say.
Well,
Something
not
about
only could I
oatmeal?
not really remember what I said, the sentence of me bitching about it grammatically collapsed from under me. So I don't know where to go from here.
I feel like you're not even sure where you stand anymore.
I mean, I'll be on your side in the sense that it feels like every single product is becoming spicy. Like even the Starbucks summer drinks we've put spicy shit in them. But I've never heard of a spiced oatmeal. That does seem like an unclaimed, untouched.
Maybe
Just
cinnamon would
cold.
spice it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, some cinnamon, but like that's not. I feel like cinnamon is its own thing as well.
It's not cool or spicy.
I don't know where cinnamon comes from.
Isn't it
Is that a
spice?
plant?
It's
No,
it's
but
a
like-
spice.
Do I dig it out of the ground? Is it in a tree? Where would I find cinnamon?
Now I'm asking you because you're kind of like positing this, like, do I do this? Do I do that?
Yeah.
Where do you think it comes from?
It strikes me as something I'd need a shovel for. It feels earthy. It feels like it's in the ground.
Only raccoon thumbs can dig them out.
Yeah. Only non-opposable thumbs. That is. So you guys aren't familiar with the Great Raccoon Scandal of 2016? Cinnabon almost went down. Raccoon labor. Is it a plant?
No, it's a tree bark.
'Cause
actually.
It's tree. That makes sense because I've seen it all rolled up when you buy the stick of it.
Like similar to vanilla.
Yeah.
Vanilla comes from a tree?
Well,
Or a bean.
It's barky, isn't it? Like bean bark.
It is?
I don't know.
What is happening? What is going on?
It seems
Where
to be
does
in the
vanilla
ballpark,
come
though, doesn't
from?
it? It's not like a fruit.
Vanilla is just a bean. Cinnamon is bark from a tree.
Oh.
But isn't vanilla beans like barkish?
What do you mean? What does that mean?
I know cocoa beans are on trees because of Minecraft.
Vanilla bean. Let me look at some pictures here.
Okay. Here's a
Yeah,
couple.
look at it's all like it looks
I
long
would
and
never-
barky.
Right.
I would
yeah.
never-
And do you know why that is, Gavin?
Why is that?
Because it's a bean that they dry out. It's a
Ah.
bean.
It looks like
it's vanilla
So
it looks like
bean.
a string bean.
It's
barked
less
later.
barky and more. It's more like a pod than a bark.
So it just looks like a green bean at first. Okay.
Right. Right. So it's not even close. They're like similar.
I just thought they came like that. I didn't realize we did that to them. So what's his raw vanilla taste like?
I don't know.
Like before they do like process it or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you
Let's
seen
find out.
like cacao before it's
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like
Have
brain.
you seen that, Gavin? Yeah, exactly. So like you wouldn't think that that's what chocolate comes from, but here we are, you know. It was like a
If
bug
you-
inside of a thing. It's gross.
If you gave me a machete and said, go get some vanilla from this jungle, I'm never identifying that as vanilla.
Yeah. And
You can
even
give
if
me
I asked a local
6
and he
months.
said, get that, I'd call him an idiot.
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't trust this guy.
That's how sure I was that vanilla didn't look like that.
I'm going to chop this off the tree to be polite, but I ain't fooling for this.
So
You
is it
can't trick
only brown if we bake it? Like is coffee green?
Yes,
No.
yeah, coffee. Yeah, don't say. Why are you saying no?
What, the cherry? The coffee cherry?
The,
It doesn't have to be.
the coffee bean, like a raw coffee bean. Yeah, green.
Coffee is cherry. A coffee bean is cherry.
What are you
Coffee
talking
bean
about?
comes from a cherry.
What?
And it's a fruit. It's the inner part of a fruit. I've always wanted to try coffee cherry.
Why
Very-
you
very hard.
said coffee cherry? Wow, that's a coffee bean?
Yeah, before they're roasted, they're this sort of like greenish, palish yellow color, and then they're
Look up coffee bean before it's beaned. It's
okay,
a fruit.
Before
It's a
okay,
cherry.
wait, coffee bean before it's bean. Is that what you said?
Yeah, look that up.
He's totally
All
right.
You got it. Coffee
looking
bean
at it.
before it's bean. First result. I'll send it here.
Okay.
Here you go.
Yeah, see, it's like a cherry.
So
It is the little.
so-
it's a little fruit, like a little grape.
so it goes through a cherry phase
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then what? We cook it afterwards?
Yes.
Wow.
What the damn?
A coffee
and
bean
that's-
is like the cherry seed.
The thing about coffee is that it should probably be way more expensive than it is because it doesn't grow everywhere and you have to do so much to it to make it be drinkable.
When does the caffeine occur? Is it a caffeinated cherry?
I don't, I'm not sure, but I bet it is. I bet there's naturally occurring caffeine within it.
Now, I'm not a big coffee guy, but look at how fucking delicious it looks like as a fruit. I would love to try one. I don't know how available they are because it's a shitty fruit. It's like the thinnest layer of actual fruit bit. It is like 95% seed.
Hey, if you asked me to throw away the ones that look like they'd be disgusting, I'd throw away like the coffee bit.
Look at how delicious that looks.
It
I
does.
Wow.
stumbled across that.
Yeah,
It's like a bunch of grapes.
Remind me. While we're talking about fruit, after we wrap this up, remind me. I have a fruit thing. I want to switch into.
Fruit gloves?
No.
Oh,
no,
shit.
Fruit gloves.
I mean, you
I
can
don't
take
know
it
what
away
you're
with
talking
your
about.
fruit if you want to. I mean,
I
So
was
is that-
thinking, what is that? What is
Was
it?
that
Say
why
it.
the monkeys eat that shit? Like they eat the fruit and then we cook their poo to coffee? The little civet thing? What's that shite?
Oh, I guess it would be.
it's a cat. A civet is a cat, isn't it?
Oh, I thought it was monkey shite.
Yeah, I think it's cat shit, but yeah, it must be that they like that fruit. What a cutie.
Nick shot that out of a cannon earlier today.
You said that's a cat?
Yeah, it is a small, lean, mostly nocturnal mammal
Got
native
hands.
to tropical Asia and Africa.
Wow.
Civet.
Civet.
Cute. And I think it's not like a good thing to eat.
Yeah, I don't think it's
That
a
coffee.
healthy process for them. I think that there's a lot of concerns about it not being good for the civets.
It's like that thing where like they feed ducks a lot of stuff and then you eat like their liver. You kind of
Yeah.
eat, like, it's like the same thing, like making that thing eat coffee.
Goose liver shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there certain animals you don't care about?
This is, now we're talking. Now we're getting into it.
Mosquito, I didn't give a
Absolutely.
shit about him.
Yeah, that's good.
Absolute turbo genocide. I'm all for.
I just I didn't
That's a
rewatch. I
terrible
watched
quote.
I watched the Chris Pratt Jurassic Park movies, and the last two especially are really reliant on you thinking the dinosaurs should live and deserve to exist, and I just don't give a fuck about them at all.
Well,
I want them all to
But-
die.
Yeah.
But on its face, it goes against its very thesis, which is, well, these things need to be able to live. And then you go, well, no, they got it. They went extinct one time. We can just bring them back again. That's
I
it.
don't.
It's
I don't-
terrible.
Yeah, I don't like
Awful.
any of it. I don't like that they domesticated raptors. It'd be like
Yeah.
Predator 2 having a predator. I don't like any of it.
Yeah.
I want them to be dumb killing machines.
I don't like the fact that it's just allowed in that world that there are now flying dinosaurs,
Yeah.
pterodactyls and shit, and you're just like in an American Airlines plane, and you're like, oh, look out the window. It's let's hope that pterodactyl's not hungry. Oh no, it is.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't buy it. I don't. The $6 trillion military budget, we can get rid of some pterodactyls. I ain't worried about pterodactyls.
Wasn't the
Totally
plot, the
agree.
whole plot of the first movie, hey, you shouldn't play God?
Yes.
Yeah,
So why are we on the side of the dinosaurs?
because it's movie 7.
Yeah.
It's
Because
movie
they
7.
got bored. There was a guy who had a gun and he pointed the gun at people and the gun didn't shoot bullets. It shot dinosaur.
How many times you gonna just tell that same fucking story? You got to mix it up.
Yeah.
Does
gotta
the lunchbox still exist?
Yeah. I just opened some in Fallout 76 last night, actually.
Yeah.
But is that a modern thing for today's school kids?
Oh yeah. Oh, like a lunch bag. Like they're like Millie has them or had them, and you would like freeze it overnight, and then you take it out and then put this shit in it.
I think Jurassic Park lunchbox.
Really?
Yeah.
I think BD Wong.
Did you have a Jurassic Park lunchbox?
Yeah, and I had Thunderbirds.
Wow. The more recent film Thunderbirds or the old Thunderbirds?
Nah, old puppets.
No.
Nice.
FAB.
Very cool. Did you have any Thunderbirds posters on your wall?
I had no posters, but I did have a little model of Thunderbird 2, and you could drop the middle and Thunderbird 4 would come out.
Gracie just posted a Curious George lunchbox. I
That's a
think
cute
I may
one.
have had the same.
Nice.
Oh, that Eric, that
Simpsons.
is very that reads. That checks.
That's the one that I had. I had the Simpsons lunchbox in 1991 or whatever. Just real quick, I want to circle back that while we were talking about dinosaurs and animals you don't care about, Gracie just started listing them in the chat. Birds, pigeon crow, June bugs, crickets.
I don't like any of those.
I like the cricket noise. I think a cricket can create great
Oh, I hate
atmosphere.
them.
You
You don't
any
like
bird?
the noise?
I think I'm traumatized by it because over the summer, my apartment had a cricket infestation and I would wake
Oh,
up to
okay.
them in the middle of the night
Fair
in
enough.
my room.
Oh.
So now I really hate them.
Okay, that's
Um,
fair.
And Gavin, no, I don't really mess with birds. They kind of freak me out.
Don't mess with birds.
I'm not a big fan. One flew really close to my face a couple weeks ago.
Have you ever been chased?
Chased?
Yeah, have you ever been chased by a bird?
Not to my memory, but I would not like to be.
That is scary.
I love
Yeah.
tiny little birds.
Yeah.
Like a hummingbird?
Maybe not that small, but one you'd find in like a PetSmart.
Oh.
And it's like, wow, look how small that is.
Okay, like a
Bird
little
jail?
domesticated bird.
Yeah.
Like a goldfinch.
Are they
Like I'll
really
admire
tiny?
those from afar.
Well,
So you don't hate
binoculars, they're
them.
so small.
I want nothing to do with it.
But you don't try. So you would never have a bird feeder. It's
oh,
not.
hell no.
Oh my god, I have 35 in my backyard because of Emily.
Or like hummingbird or like general feeders?
It is like bird thunderdome every day in my backyard. The pigeons, the mourning doves, and the blue jays going at it left and right, and all the fucking little birds running around picking up the pieces. It's like the squirrels get involved. It's like a
Yeah, I
giant cage match.
I've got mad squirrels.
Yeah.
I have a garbage bag that has probably like 16 containers of McDonald's fries in it on my patio. And I'm in constant fear whenever I remember that it's out there, that I'm just going to wake up to a swarm of seagulls. They're going to figure it out.
Why are they out there?
When I thought that the Nugget Buddies were going away, and I bought like 20 Nugget Buddy meals at one time in the past, it was too many fries. I could at least refrigerate. You can't preserve the fries, so I had to get rid of a bunch of
fries out there.
They're in a garbage bag, and I didn't feel like taking it down, so I put it to the side out my patio door, and then I just haven't. It's been winter, so I haven't gone on the patio, and I just forget that it's there.
So you just got
there
a
right
bag
now.
of frozen rot out there?
Well, I mean, it's McDonald's fries. They're gonna preserve. They would survive the fallout bombs. They're fine. They're not.
He's also
rotting.
at the part in the smell curve where it doesn't emanate an odor.
I never smelled anything. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
see?
gone. But I was worried about the bird smelling it.
What if you went out there now and just huffed the bag?
No, listen. My breathing tubes are not great as it is. I'm not. I feel like we're on the edge of recovery. I can't do that. It's too dangerous.
Just throw 3 more months into your recovery for no reason.
Yeah.
Hey,
Also, how cold is it? I need a temperature. We're talking about heat. It depends.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to amplify the bag.
Might not be dense enough. Or too dense.
Talk about your fruit thing.
yeah,
Jeff.
I was gonna say, hey, last week, I think it was last week, we recorded a couple of drafts, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And obviously for the new thing, and it was some of the most fun I've had in a very long time. I forgot how much I enjoyed doing the drafts, and I want to keep that momentum going. And so I want to propose a new draft to you guys. And I think it'll be interesting because the pool, the pool is always everything in the world that fits the category, right? But I feel like the pool for this one is naturally a little smaller, and I think that we all have heated opinions about these things. So I propose to you guys, and there's a part 2 to it. I propose to you guys we do a fruit draft.
Yeah. No.
We do
that's
we do a fruit draft, right? We
That
all
would
draft
work.
our favorite fruit, and then at the end, we all take the 4 fruits that we've combined that we ended up with, and we have to make them into a smoothie, and then we do a taste test to see whose smoothie tastes the best.
Wow. So you're going to have to
I
have
like that a lot.
you can't just, if someone takes your fruit, you can't just shove in any old fruit. You're going to have a complimentary fruit.
I mean, I think that the taste test would have to come later in supplemental content probably, but yeah, that's essentially how it would end up.
That's great.
I think that's a fantastic idea, Jeff.
Absolutely.
I
Thank
think
you.
That's great. We
Thank
should
you.
do
I was
that.
pretty excited about it. I figured that maybe that'd be something we do here in the next couple of weeks.
I also had an idea for a draft that I think is probably shit, but I want to throw
Okay.
it to the group.
Okay.
A question draft.
What?
What does that mean?
Oh,
The best questions.
Oh.
I like it.
I mean, yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah, why not?
I'm not going to say no to a draft.
Yeah.
All right.
I will say there was less enthusiasm from Andrew on the question.
That's absolute less enthusiasm. That was me processing. I don't have my brain around it at this point, but I trust Gavin, and so I'm all about it.
Andrew
you think that
Andrew has to
there's-
figure out a way how to cheat it. He's just going to take some time.
Yeah, definitely. Like, oh, can I just put a question mark at the end of a regular sentence? Do you think that there's probably like a number one question?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can think of some good ones, but I feel like even today we've had, does a raccoon have thumbs? Great question.
Why is there no cold sauce?
I have the. I can't. I don't want to ask my questions here because I want to save them for the draft.
I have a draft idea that was inspired. I had this thought. Well, Jeff, you were explaining your draft idea, although it's unrelated. Could we do a birds Gracie likes the least draft, and she just has to judge? She's the judge after.
Doesn't
who
like
has
any
the-
bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she has
There
to
has
have
to be a
internal
hierarchy.
ranking system.
Yeah. Like there are snakes I hate more than other snakes.
Exactly. Like we'll each compile a gang of birds, and then Gracie will say who had the worst gang. Which group would she least like to be around? And that's how whoever wins. So we decide who wins. We had a lot of drafts. I'm
drafts.
excited.
Hey, can I do one other real quick thing here?
Of course.
I want to, before we get too deep in the episode, I feel like this is something important and I need to address. I've prepared a statement that I would like to read now. If you guys wouldn't mind just being quiet while I try to get through this. This might be a little difficult for me, but
I'm gonna go get a glass of water. You start.
yeah, that's fine. All right, I'm just gonna go. Dear Boston Celtics and fans of the Boston Celtics, I am truly sorry. Last night is my fault. It is on me. Please don't blame the team. don't blame the front office. Please don't blame the referees. Please don't blame the Miami Heat. It was definitely me. I chose the wrong socks yesterday morning. I knew the consequences, that if I picked wrong and I still did it, I took green, and I something in the back of my head was like, you should wear the white socks today because it's a home game, but I wore green because it's like a louder color, and I felt very loud in my and proud about Boston. And the end result is we got our fucking asses kicked by 10 points at home because I didn't listen to my gut. And so I promise that I'm never going to make a sock-related mistake again. Sincerely, Geoff Ramsey.
If you roasted them, would they be brown?
If we lose to the Heat, I might have to do that.
We have sports. If you want to go into sports, I'm sorry, Geoff, that they lost. I was shocked to see that they lost by such a large margin.
Well, now you know why. Now you know why. Because
Yeah,
I was standing in my closet yesterday morning thinking, if you fuck this up for the Celtics, if they lose tonight because you chose the Green Sox, and then the other part of me was like, nah, no, that's superstitious. Don't be stupid. You're 40, almost 49 years old. And I fucking knew better. Anyway.
I had a similar experience with the Canucks. As you may remember, at the beginning of the season, I talked about making an alternate, like a burner account, just to complain about the Canucks, my caviar phone. And I bought the caviar phone in the form of a Newbie Digi. But the Canucks, for most of the year, were the number one team in the NHL unexpectedly. Nobody saw this coming. They were elite. And so I never wanted to address it or acknowledge hockey in any way when people would ask about it, because I thought if I say no, I don't have a caviar account, then I will immediately need one and the team will be terrible. And we made it all the way to the playoffs, and I got to enjoy one game, and then the star goalie got hurt, and he's gone. He's done for the season. Playoffs are dead. I got to have one game of joy and hope, and I fought the whole year being like, I'm not going to fall for it. I'm not going to buy into this. And I bought into it, and it's already fallen to shit. So I don't have a sock issue, Geoff. I just have no hope at all. At least you have a sock to pick. It's over.
I'm really sorry, man.
It's done.
That's hard.
Yeah. It's, maybe we'll get out of the first round. We'll see. I'm going to be dumb and have hope still, but sports suck. Sports are terrible.
Yeah.
There's pain.
Do you think anyone will ever be able to find your old light? Like
What?
Imagine say there was a street light shining on you when you were about to kick the child, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the light was, bouncing off everything, bouncing off you, and just went out into space. Are you worried that if we ever can travel faster than light, people will get ahead of that light and be able to see you almost doing it?
No, I don't care.
Have you ever done anything else outside that you would be scared of people seeing?
Almost everything I've done outside, I'd be scared of people seeing.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of there was one time there was a giant mossy rock, and I spent a whole day taking the moss off because I convinced myself it was a Pokemon. I was probably like 6.
You convinced yourself the rock was a Pokemon?
Yeah, I thought if I got all the moss out, it would spawn a Pokemon because it was like I don't know. I was 6. I was 6 in a forest.
Were you
One
alone?
time I was given a really fancy rug. Yeah, I was alone. I'd spent a lot of time in the woods alone. I was given a really fancy rug that like a family friend traveled to India, and that was their gift back for me, was this nice rug. And I took it into the woods and ruined it immediately because I had a little wooden house, and I just put it out in the dirt.
I mean, part of that might be on the family friends for giving a 6-year-old a rug as a gift.
I was probably like,
You just
8
wanted to
at that
play with
time.
it,
Yeah, I did. I thought it would really bring the woods together.
Really tie the woods together.
My parents advised me against it and saying it would ruin it. And I was like, no, it's going to be great. And then immediately it was ruined.
Oh, you ran this by them?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, well, this is on them then.
Well, no, they told me. They're like, hey, you're going to ruin this gift that you were given.
They were
And,
letting him
I-
learn a life lesson.
Yeah. I don't know what I learned. I guess don't put rugs in the woods, but I don't think There haven't been a lot of opportunities.
Do you think it's still there?
I don't know because that has largely turned into houses. It was an undeveloped subdivision at the time, but I bet you that my little wood house is no longer there.
Oh.
Oh, here's the video of somebody found and recovered your rug and cleaned it.
Oh. A rug cleaning video is great. Oh, they can be so satisfying.
Those are the best.
I don't trust them though. I think they're all fake.
Yeah.
I wish I could believe.
Everything's fake.
What's fake about it?
I think that they've made it as dirty as possible. and
Yeah,
then-
they're superfluously dirty. It's like,
Yeah, it's like fake dirty too. It's like superficial. Like none of it's like actually in there. Like it's kind of dirty, but it's not that dirty. Get real.
It's like some of those old like tool restoration videos, but they're all just backwards. They're like people
Yes.
making it dirty.
But I'm getting close to just being a accepting what I see on the internet guy because it's
Ugh.
almost certainly going to be fake, but it doesn't change my life negatively if I just believed it was real. There's no consequence for at least the stuff that I'm watching.
dude,
So I'm working on just deciding that everything is real.
I'm scared and going the other way. Yesterday on TikTok, I got served up 2 videos. One was LeBron James at a press conference post-loss talking shit about D'Lo, and it took me about 3 seconds to go, oh, this is AI. This is fuck, because his voice sounded weird, and then I realized I was looking at AI, and it's like, that's fucking scary. And then I saw a clip of Will Smith and Chris Rock like having a discussion face to face about the slap, and it just what they were saying didn't quite make sense. And then about 5 seconds in, I went, "Oh fuck, this is AI too." Having both of those served up at me on the same day, I was like, we're like 6 months away from never being able to tell the truth ever again.
There's a
I don't
button to
care
check
about
when you
either of
upload
those
a video
things
now.
though. To once again argue my point, like
you
I know
both,
there's
you both
obviously
talked about that at the same time. I'm sorry, what was that?
Yeah, I don't care. Gavin, quiet for a second, respectfully. I'm trying a new approach instead of saying you go. That obviously could be an extreme that is used terribly, but I don't care about either of the things you described. I'm okay believing that LeBron James said whatever he said, and I'm okay believing that Chris
Yeah.
Rock and Will Smith talked about the slap, and it doesn't matter.
It's not
irrelevant.
those two individuals in general. It's that
Yes.
some asshole in his spare time thought it would be funny to make it and throw it up on the internet in 2 seconds, and it's happening with such frequency and such ease that I'm getting it served up multiple times in like 1 10-minute session. And it may not be shit that any of us care about, but it will be. It will be real
Have you
soon.
considered just not having opinions?
Yeah, I mean, it's all. Listen, when I take my vow of silence, what is there to have an opinion on or who to tell? You know,
How far would you go in life without ever expressing an opinion? I think you just breeze through.
yeah, I bet you could.
Yeah.
There'd be no
What does
resistance
that-
to anything.
When you just breeze through life,
Yeah.
like you're like you're getting to the end.
It feels like this
there
should
would
have
never be
been
conflict.
It feels like this should have been like a Jim Carrey, Tony Shalhoub movie in the early 2000s.
Big
Where he's
time.
like the guy who can't
Big
make a
time.
decision.
Yep.
It'd just be called On the Fence.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
This is good. This is very good.
Somebody AI Jim Carrey and On the Fence, please.
On the
I wanna watch
Fence
this
with
movie.
Jim Carrey and Tony Shalhoub.
I have. I mean, I don't ask questions, and it's an annoyance for me.
You don't?
I don't know. I ask an alarming lack of questions. It's like the painting the cat thing is a perfect example.
Right.
I will just accept what is given to me generally, or I might doubt it, but I won't vocalize any questions about it. There are things in my life that I think about all the time that I can get a resolution to, but I'm not going to ask the question for that resolution. So I just continue to wait.
Are any of the questions for us that you could sort out right now?
No.
Well, or do you want to hang on to any of the questions for the question draft?
No, no, I don't. Well, some of them maybe actually. But no, the primary one, no.
That's why you weren't excited about my draft idea. You're not a questions guy.
He's not a
That
questions
is-
guy. He's
it
hardly
is.
even an answers man.
Do you feel like there's a point where you stopped asking questions, was it cold turkey? Was it a conscious
No,
decision, or did it like taper off, or has this been a consistent thing?
I think I, at some point in my life, just decided if the person wants me to know the information, they will give me that information. And so I just am not going to ask about anything. But there are times where I should be.
I've made the conscious decision to stop correcting people when they're wrong about anything, because you always just look like an asshole or smug, and then it's funnier if they get to go through life being wrong.
Do you have any examples of that, of like somebody you think about, wow, they were wrong and I didn't correct them? And
it probably happens multiple times. It's probably happened 3 or 4 times with you today. I can't think of anything in specific.
Did you correct me on the vanilla thing? Or was that only Eric?
No, that's me. That's why I can't relate to what the fuck Jeff
didn't,
is saying.
I
It's
didn't.
the craziest shit I've ever heard.
What do you mean? Like if somebody says
Just don't. Yeah, cinnamon and vanilla is like the same thing, and you just let it go.
I couldn't think of what a vanilla bean looked like in my head at the time, and so I didn't know where to land on it, so I just got quiet.
Right, but if you did, you would have just let that go.
Gavin sounded really confident, and I've learned not to second guess him.
I don't think I sounded that confident.
You sounded
don't think so
confident enough.
either.
You sounded Pubert
to me,
Adams confident, and I've been burned too many times.
That's true.
Gavin has owned every car I've owned for the last like fucking 10 years.
Feel free to just buy me out of the car thing though, and then you can finally have your car again.
Yeah, we'll just no.
I'll give you a great deal on it.
I like the arrangement we have going right now.
I'll trade you your car for your best Indian rug.
Now we're talking. You're gonna end up with a fucking rug though.
I'm going to keep it indoors. I'm going to keep it nice.
I want to go on Google Street View to my old house to see if I can see if it's still there.
You should definitely do that. Oh man, I have a fucking dog problem. I now have dog problems again.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's your problem?
It's not shit related, which I'm real happy about.
Oh, that's good.
But I've been, up late lately, just like stressed. It's been stressful. And there comes a point in time when you put the dog to bed. He sleeps in a crate, obviously, in the bedroom, and he starts snoring at about 1 a.m. every night. And if I'm not asleep before 1 a.m., I can't go to sleep. It's like I have to thread it. You remember the episode of Always Sunny where Charlie and Frank had to get home and then eat cat food because it made them tired, and then get to sleep before all the cats showed up to meow about smelling the cat food, and they had like a perfect window to sleep. I have that now with the dog that I have to thread, and if I miss the window, I have to go sleep on the couch. I've slept on the couch like 3 times in the past week because I just lay at the ceiling and listen to the dog. And I can't hit his crate or wake him up, because if I wake him up, he'll start crying and be like, I gotta go to the bathroom. And then I'm outside with the dog going to the bathroom. And then he just comes back in and goes back to sleep and starts snoring again instantly. So I've just made double the work for myself. So my solution has just been I sleep on the sofa now most nights.
Well, is there no way of rolling him over without waking him up?
Absolutely not. He's gonna get a surgery that'll help him breathe a little better later in like 3 months. So maybe that'll change it. But as it is right now, I just have to be asleep by like 12:45. And if I'm not, I shouldn't even bother going to the bedroom.
And if he's out of the room in the crate, what happens then?
Well, he's a baby. I don't want him to have to be out of his bedroom. He's just a baby. I can go to bed earlier or sleep on the sofa. I don't know. He's just a baby.
I was gonna ask Gavin, do you have this problem with your cats at all?
They have a second door.
Yeah.
Between a buffer door between their bedroom to help them sleep.
And fingerprint handles. Yeah, I got all kinds of problems. but they don't have. I lock them all out though. To be fair, they're not babies.
Yeah, he's just a baby. Yeah. He's only 7 months old.
Oh man, my wood house is so gone. It's so dead.
Oh.
What is it now?
House. It's backyard and house. It's actual house. It is upgraded. I have a life hack.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's a gaming life hack. I was playing Sea of Thieves. I've been deep into Sea of Thieves recently.
You missed a great Let's Play today, Gavin.
Oh.
He did. But unrelated to that, just general. It was the evening. I was going around the map, and there are these kind of beacons you can go to that indicate you have to fight some enemies and get a bunch of loot. And so I was heading that way, and there was a boat that was nearby already. And I went up, and I was like yelling, hey, I'm friendly. Let's be in an alliance. Like I was using the in-game chat for this. and they immediately attacked me and were dicks and sunk me. And I was like, those fucks. And when you sink, your boat respawns somewhere else on the map. It happened to spawn at literally the closest island to them that it could possibly spawn at. And there was a rowboat on that island. So I decided I'm going to paddle my way all the way over to their ship and then they're powder kegs and stuff. They're like bombs. I'm going to try to blow up their boat because if they sunk me, I'm sure they have some stuff. Maybe I can get them back. So I spend like 10 minutes rowing and I'm being all tactical. I'm being sneaky. I'm rolling behind rocks. I swim over to their boat and I start to climb the ladder onto their ship. And one of them is just waiting with a gun pointed at me and they immediately shoot me. I panic. I run through the fort. I'm zigzagging left and right. I dive and I hide. And then I emote into the sand so they can't see me. And I wait and I'm so nervous and I'm starting to like peek around a little bit. I probably just hide for like 10 minutes. And then I start moving around and I decide I need to try to get closer to their ship. So I move a little bit further into the fort. And there's a wooden kind of ramp walkway that I could hide under. So I ran into that, and then I put into my sleep emote, like, where are these guys? And I'm looking around. I have game clips of this, a bunch of it. I'm looking around, and as I'm spinning my camera, I see their ship perfectly line up directly behind me. I can see it through the wooden wall that has a bunch of, like, chips in it. I can see their boat, and I'm like, oh, no, they're parking literally where I'm hiding. And they're going to run past me so many times setting up the ship. Because typically what people will do is they'll run the chest to the beach, put it down, and then harpoon it onto their boat. So it's faster. And I had a view of the harpoon. So I thought I can just lay here and I'll just watch the harpoon. I grabbed 5 flame grenades from the rowboat on the way there. So I'm just waiting for them to get that gunpowder in. And then I'm going to throw fire at them and just hope that that window appears. But the harpoon is so quick, I can't make out what they're pulling in or not. And I decided this is the life hack. I decided I'm going to look at my recent players and just see if I can get any intel on these guys. And I had 2 people that it said I had met recently, like within the last 3 minutes. And I clicked one. There wasn't really any info on it. But then I clicked the second one. And on Xbox, you are able to sync external profiles to your gamer tag. And this man had a Discord account and a Twitch account, and it had a link account tabs. And I went, oh shit. So I clicked his Discord, and then immediately he was streaming. He is live streaming this whole thing. So then I brought up my computer, and he was the guy that was loading the boat. So I now had eyes and ears on what this crew was doing. And I'm just laying, listening to the stream, watching, seeing what they're doing. They're moving stuff around. They're talking about me a little bit. And to be completely honest, I found this guy to be kind of annoying. He's doing voices. Didn't really like it. Wasn't having a great time. But then, like a movie, I've been waiting like 30 minutes at this point in the sand, just watching the stream. One of them says, it's a crew of 3. One of the people in the crew says, I need the commendations for delivering gunpowder barrels. Should we load them up? And there was one of them on the crew that was by far the best player. And he wrote in the text chat, no. And then I went, oh, damn it. But then the guy doubled down and said, come on, I need them. You need them. We could load the boat with them. And then the guy was like, okay, fine. You can do it. And like a movie, because the guy that was streaming doesn't play Sea of Thieves a lot. So they were like explaining stuff to him. Like a movie, the guy that wanted to get the gunpowder barrel grabs it is like a gunpowder barrel of legends. It's the most powerful gunpowder barrel in the game. And he says to the guy, yeah, you see the gunpowder barrel legends? It's so effective, it will instantly sink the biggest ship in the game if it goes off on it. So I'm going to put it in the crow's nest. So hopefully nobody. And while he says that, I was like, this is it. This is my time. So I come sprinting out. I have my grenades. I start throwing them everywhere on the boat. I see him climbing the ladder. And then they're like, oh, he's here. He's throwing fire. And he jumps off the ship, but to try to prevent it from exploding. But it ends up exploding perfectly level in the hands next to the boat. It destroys their ship. They have like 60 or 70 gems. They've been playing for a long time, and they're just filled with loot. and it immediately sinks. I unfortunately didn't have a clip of throwing the grenades, but I have a clip of me being in their sinking boat. I kill the last guy, so now their boat's gone, but then they kill me. However, my boat is parked really close by, so I can just ride on over and start harpooning all their shit into my boat. But I'm listening to their stream, and so as I'm listening, I hear them go, "Oh shit, he's coming!" They grabbed the 4 things that they viewed was most valuable, and then started rowboating away. And we're like, hopefully he doesn't see me. I'm like, I'm watching you guys. This is great. And they're like, he's coming. We got to go. We got to find somewhere to go. Let's just go to this island. What they don't know is I am so just freaked out and like the adrenaline is flowing. I get lost and I go the wrong way. I end up in a storm. I go to the wrong outpost. I am fucking this up in every way, but they think that I'm like good and calculated because of what I've done. They rowboat to this island and he's like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to bury our treasure so that way he won't know where it is. And let's put it all on top of each other in a row so we know and it's easy for us, but he won't. And it's like, this is so funny. I literally see where you're burying it. I know what you're doing. They're talking about hiding spots that I'd never find. It was great. I fuck up so bad. I had to do a figure 8. I get to where I sunk them and I took so long. All of the shit has just sunk to the sea. I didn't get any of the stuff that was on their boat, but neither did they. And so then I loaded up. They were about 80% of the way done unloading from the vault that they had opened. I got the rest of it and I continued to watch the stream. They handled it very well, losing all their stuff. They lost more than I've ever lost in one time, and they handled it way better than I would have. One of them was like, that's just how it goes. I'm done for the night. And then the 2 of them kept playing for a little bit. And then maybe like 5 minutes later, the guy that was streaming said, I'm done for the night. Like, this is fun. I think I'm going to take a little break. Thank you for watching. Have a good night, everybody. I'm going to set up. I'm going to redirect you to some other stream. And so then I signed into my Twitch account and I wrote good night. And then they went, Andrew Panton, you're the guy I killed. I was like, I've been watching the whole time. That's how I got all my shit. I've been plugged in. I've been watching. He said, oh man, good play. Good job by you. And then there was a pause. And then in a very dejected way, he said, can I at least get a follow for this? Because I was one of 2 people watching his stream. This is not a big streamer. This is small. I obliged and I was hoping that he would post the VOD. It's not up. I don't think he saved
that
it.
would rule if there was a way to watch that.
Yeah, but I was hoping I could clip his realizing that I've been in his chat the entire time. And that is how I was able to sync them. It was just so cinematic. The guy being like, convincing them to load this powerful bomb and then being like, this bomb is the most powerful bomb in the game. Hopefully they don't know where I'm going to put it because I'm putting it here.
And the other guy saying no immediately and then finally caving.
Yeah. Oh, it was perfect. And that is why I love that game, because it can beat you down. Like, I lost 2.5 hours of progress because I got sunk and I didn't get anything for it. And I was like, there should be studies done on how this game has broken me, because I should be outraged, but I don't feel anymore about it. But you also have the opposite of that justice of getting revenge, because I wanted to be an alliance. I wanted to work together, but no, because they were greedy, we all lost everything. So my life hack is maybe don't attach your Twitch account to your gamer profile, or else you might get spied on by your enemies.
Certainly don't do it while you're griefing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So your life hack is don't stream?
No, it's don't associate your Xbox gamer tag with the thing. Because I'd have no way of knowing that he was a Twitch streamer. Otherwise, I'm never going to just randomly assume. It was because his profile literally led me to his Twitch account that I was able to do all this.
That was a all-time great face story, Andrew. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
So how many clips of that do you have?
I probably have like 5 or 6.
That'd be
but
so
most
cool
of them,
to like cut your audio from this along with the clips, like overlay.
Oh my God, that would be so
it's like
great.
a short or something.
Most of them is me laying in that thing, just peeking and freaking out as they run by me. And then the only combat I have is me being in their ship that's on fire, that's filling with water. I unfortunately missed the part where I threw the grenades, but yeah, I definitely have clips for it. So maybe
Look, adrenaline is high, all right?
It was so high. I was so embarrassed that they're like, we gotta go. This guy's coming after us. And I'm like, where the fuck am I in a storm? I'm just so disoriented. It was great. But that is my life hack.
Dude, that's a hell of a life hack.
And this was a good episode.
This is a fun episode for sure.
I'll see if I can. Maybe I'll. I don't know if anyone else has a thing they want to close on. I'll see if I can find a clip.
Geoff, what episode was this?
This was episode 205, our 204th episode.
Also known as
our penultimate episode.
Wait, is it pent?
No.
Is it pent or pen?
Penultimate episode.
Okay.
Wow, that Gavin, way to bring up a 15-year-old argument.
Look, that's what the end of the company is all about.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Oh, God.
End of the company for me is taking over the store. You guys see those banner images? I thought that was so funny.
Man, so all that stuff sold out pretty quick, huh? I didn't even see updates on it or anything.
Oh, here, let me
Did you save the company?
No, I did not.
Good effort.
But I did take
It's a
it
hell of a drive.
over. Here, I'm going to post a link to the store. The fact that this is what the RT store is going out on is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing.
Oh.
It was all the credit goes to the merch team. That was their idea to like do a takeover thing, and it was so funny.
You know, let me say, as the human individual who created our online merch presence, built our first web store, managed the first 4 stores, was 100% in charge of all of it for the first 7 years. I couldn't be prouder of how that store ended than getting to see that banner.
Looking at that banner made me think about when I first discovered Red vs. Blue. And like, if I could go back to me in that moment of discovering the site for the first time and just showing that image of like, this is going to be the last thing that the website that you're on that you've just become obsessed with, they're going to sell a line with your name taking over the store, and it's going to be plungers. Now figure out how to get there. There's no way.
It's one of those
0%.
things where if you did see that, if you saw the end from the past, you would never be able to get there.
Impossible. Yeah. No chance.
You'd just be like, when do I start working on this?
I got to drop out of high school immediately.
I did. I bought some thumbsticks. Yeah, I think I'm going to send some, but I bought some just in case you didn't get them, so we can.
Oh yeah, I want
Can't
some. I need
escape
some. I haven't had any of the most recent stuff.
Well, you're definitely getting thumbsticks.
It's at the
Sweet.
office.
Oh, where though?
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in our office.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
I was
mailroom,
just there.
our office.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were just there. There's boxes of shit.
Yeah, there's boxes of stuff. I mean, like boxes of stuff. Like
Boxes and boxes. Tony
like
made a
boxes
special
and
box
boxes
just for
of
you.
Stuff. Like
Shall
boxes.
I just go and
boxes of
pillage
stuff.
when I go back to get my stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, chill out.
Is it pillaging if the company's dead? I don't think that's pillaging. I think it's just stuff. I don't think it
not dead
belongs to anybody. I guess you're pillaging from HBO or Warner, technically. Y'all believe that the fucking Mythbusters shut down the company? That's crazy. Shark Week took us out.
Thanks, Gavin.
Thanks, Gavin.
Oh, man. I hate to say it, but we should probably end this episode so that we can record the next episode.
Hell yeah.
Oh, did you have your clip?
Maybe I'll throw it in next one. I don't know.
Well, we got time. We're talking about it now.
All right. Well, we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening. One more episode. Bye.
Hold on, not so fast.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit!
No!
Oh, shit!
No!
I had no idea. I had no
Jeff!
idea.
Jeff!
You got
The
me!
fuck,
This is a
son of a
disaster.
I thought it was going to be the next episode.
motherfucker!
You talk so much.
I
It
know.
was astonishingly. Oh!
Just to
You can't
clarify,
even hear it.
he's in the mask. He was
I'm
wearing
in
the
the
mask.
I did it.
He didn't sound different at all.
You didn't sound different at
He didn't really talk.
all. Now
talking
I
the
will
whole
say, I will say, I was thinking in this episode, I'm like, Nick is being so vocal. He's making so many like Face Jam style noises. But I thought it was just me it didn't fucking clock it as like he's wearing the mask. Motherfucker.
I got you.
Think about it.
I did, and I actually the first couple times I heard him speak up, I went, "Oh, I'm glad I can hear Nick. He sounds normal. I don't have to worry about that bit."
Sounds 100%. God damn it!
I did it.
Got us.
That's 2-0. That's Nick takes 2024.
Wow.
2025 though. Oh, good luck, son.
We're coming back strong.
Wow.
Also,
Waiting.
Nick, you have to give that mask back to Warner Brothers.
Oh. I had to get this out of the way for that reason.
All right, seriously though, let's stop.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, Major League fan Jack here with a look at next week's episode of Face. It's the final episode before the next one. Gavin shows off his special part. Someone's going to jail. What do you put in your mouth? How do you iron your pants? What comes next? And once again, Andrew does not eat the pencil. All that and more on next week's episode of Face.